Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name's Cole if you're new, and we're going to be doing a little bit of work and then a lot of testing on our all aluminum turbo diesel Snowcat project. This rig is really starting to impress me. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that can be improved and a lot of tweaking to do, but for essentially a first attempt, we got it pretty close. So let's get a little bit of work done and then hit the trails. Okay, time to start finishing things up. Let's get these bottom fenders on. That'll close off the cab and then we'll mount the doors. I just took a 1/4-inch bolt, cut the head off. I'll put a couple of these down the row, and then it's time to get the polyurethane adhesive sealant in there and close this thing off. This step is to ensure that the vehicle is watertight, because although I haven't talked about it much, it's amphibious, and yes, I did get the polyurethane all over myself. Apparently I missed some footage of putting the doors on, but as you can see, I got those installed, and I also cut out a floor, a temporary floor to use. So it's time to get testing. Oh, it just sounds so good. For those that aren't aware, this is a 1.9 liter ALH turbo diesel made by Volkswagen. It was in the early 2000s Jetta, and I don't know what I did to make it sound this good, but I fluked out and it's awesome. Something to note here is this engine is computer controlled, so the throttle is drive-by-wire. Now I'm only using the throttle with my foot right now to maintain RPM, and as you can tell, it varies all over, which affects the drivability. We are putting a hand throttle on, just haven't got there yet, but that'll be coming up in future videos. Time to get those door jambs in and the weather stripping installed to stop all those darn rattles. Don't worry, there's a plan. Well, first issue. I just blew hydraulic fluid everywhere. This fitting, I noticed, just came loose. Everything else is tight, so looks like it's sprayed fluid. Oh my goodness, all over the place. This thing is gonna need a serious bath. Holy crap. Okay, we need to go get some wrenches and some fluid. I mean, I wasn't all that far from home, but it's a little bit of a walk. Looks like just a fitting came loose. I guess I should have given that a good check after the first thermal cycle. Just a loose fitting, so we'll tighten that up. Doesn't look like there's any damage, except a really ridiculous mess of hydraulic fluid. And I captured it all. It's just, oh my goodness, it's inside the machine. The wiring. It's the mess. I guess that's what testing is about. Oh man. First shakedown test run, and it didn't disappoint. Oh, the mess. Yep. Ugh. Ugh. All right, well, I'm gonna have to spend some time and get this thing cleaned up. We got some more testing to do. I gotta get that weather stripping in as well. I need my mitts back. Get the weather stripping in, build a heater core, get some heat in the rig. It's coming along. I guess we should check for oil leaks. Yeah. No oil leaks under the vehicle. It's all still in the vehicle. We're gonna set up a rudimentary oil vacuum system. We'll put the vacuum on the pail, take a hose. I'm gonna suck out as much as I can, wipe everything down, spray it all down with some lacquer thinner. I don't have any contact cleaner for all the electronics, so maybe some brake cleaner. Blow it out. Oh, I'm gonna be fighting this mess for a while. Okay, let's get to it though. Let's clean some of this oil up. Might need to do some more test driving today. Well, let's at least get the mess all down to just one end. Jack this up a little bit. All right, put the vacuum in here. Put this hose in here. Vacuum sucks oil into the pail. That was almost a third of a pail of oil. Now we just gotta wipe everything down and then give it all a wash, I guess.
With the bulk of the hydraulic oil cleaned up, I decided it was time to get a few other things done. Here we're going to start installing the hydraulic oil temperature gauge. Unfortunately, this gauge is for a higher range of temperatures than I really need it for, but ultimately it will work just at the low end. I don't really want the hydraulic temperature going above 60 degrees Celsius. That actually brings us to the next topic, is hydraulic oil cooling, or lack thereof. And trust me, people have not been shy about pointing that out. I know that. I just wanted to do some real world testing before I put coolers in to gauge how much I really needed. And I was actually surprised at how long it takes to build up temperature in the system. It would take around an hour before the temperature would get too hot and I'd take a break. And to be honest, I think that's a lot more time than I was expecting, but I do have some coolers planned and I think it'll be pretty cool once we get there.
Okay, here we go. All right, there's no temperature sensor hooked up, so gauge lights, that works. All right, let's hook up the back side of that. we've probably got an hour or two of testing and driving around on this now. And the left track is underpowered, which is not allowing me to have full power to go forward, because if I try and go full power, I turn left because the left's underpowered. And I don't think it's a pump issue, I think it's my controls. There's more play in that left one, and I'm just not getting the proper stroke on that pump. So I'm gonna have to go back to those controls, figure something else out. But if it had full power, I think it would actually even quite a bit better, because yeah, right now I try and go full right stick and the left is definitely dragging. So goes fast downhill though. So the oil is at about 60 degrees. Oil pressure is pretty low. We're gonna need some fuel. Along with a couple hours of use, the hydraulics are only at about 60 degrees Celsius. So they really haven't warmed up all too much, which is nice. If it does need a cooler, which I'm sure it will, it's not gonna need to be that big. Sounds good, runs good, haven't thrown a track. Other than that, you know, major oil leak, it's pretty good. And I think it can get better with some more tweaking. Finally got it charging, I got that fixed. The sound, oh my goodness, the sound. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying this build series and the content we're putting out around it. There are some things that I've learned so far after getting almost an hour or two on the machine. The hydraulic oil is just starting to get hot about an hour, hour and a half after use, which is pretty good. So it's not going to need a huge cooler, but that is definitely on the checklist here shortly. Everything's holding up great. The tires are holding up great. The sprockets are really holding up pretty good. I'm very impressed with the sprockets and the minimal amount of wear so far. I haven't exactly been easy on the machine either. I'm treating it in ways that you wouldn't normally want to run it, but I want to find the weak links and repair them now. Yeah, it's going really good. I just can't wait to get the heater core, the glass in it, wiper blades, you know, some comfort and amenities, and then lighting. Imagine a cool exo cage around this rig and light this thing up like a Christmas tree. So much more to come. I think we will need to upgrade those pumps before we can do any plow on the front end. It just doesn't have the power for that right now, but that's fine because that's all work we can do down the road. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Who knows what we're gonna get up to. Cheers.